You are
His parents, William Tyrell. His dad. Oh, sorry. And this is his mom, Rosanna Tyrell.
Are you familiar with what he did today?
We're familiar with what they said. We don't agree that that's right. We also agree that he's being held accountable for things that aren't really applicable in this case. You know, and
I'm asking him not to use drugs or alcohol.
I know.
That's all I'm asking him to do. And he's constantly testing positive, and now he's taking a Whizzinator into the room.
Well,
It's wrong.
We don't want
He can be charged criminally for that. That's an offense in and of itself. Also,
Pause right here. This is not a scare tactic. Using a Whizzinator to fake a drug test is its own criminal offense, completely separate from the original case. Translation? Even if the underlying charges disappeared tomorrow, this move alone can land you back in jail. Judges see this as intentional deception, not addiction slipping, and once the court believes you're lying, trust is gone. Question for you watching. Was this desperation or straight-up manipulation?
buying a drug test, it's a Class B misdemeanor. You're facing another 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
What about, I mean, our concern and his concern is simple. This girl.
I'm not,
I know.
no, we're not talking about the case. We're talking,
What is the case?
no, we're talking about the ability to remain clean and sober, first and foremost. We're not even talking about the case at this point. We're only talking about remaining clean and sober. He's repeatedly been unable to do that. And now he's trying to fool us.
Well, he has an issue that we know.
I think
This is the judge shifting gears from punishment to prophecy. When a judge starts talking about age 70, habitual status, and 25 to life, they're not sentencing, they're warning. This is the court saying, I've seen this movie before, and it never ends well. Notice how the focus isn't the case anymore, it's behavior patterns. Do you think this warning lands, or is it just noise to someone this deep in addiction?
what needs to happen is I think the first thing you need to do is you need to talk to your lawyer before you make any statements. Yes, sir. The only thing I'm going to say is that I'm extremely upset, disappointed, and taking you into custody. You know, you've repeatedly failed to appear for court. You've repeatedly tested positive for a lot of substances, and now you're trying to fool us yet again. It's unacceptable. And there has to be accountability. And you need to accept that you can't continue to do what you're doing. Mr. Terrell, you're digging yourself into a hole that you cannot crawl out of. This monkey on your back will be there for the rest of your life. And if you don't get out of it now, you're going to be 70 years old with the continual on your back, in and out of custody. You're so messed up right now, you can barely open your eyes, man.
Your Honor.
And I don't know if you're enabling it or you're closing your eyes because of the love that you have as a father, but
I've been fighting with is he has severe ADHD and severe Tourette syndrome. And we put him in a recovery center, and we told them, we sent him the documentation. They told us every day they were getting the medication they ever did. Never did, until they finally refused to answer my phone calls because I kept calling him up what he needs to be on. I said, this ADHD medicine robs him of his chemicals and his dopamine chemicals in his brain. And he goes, he uses drugs to put them back. And I said, the Tourette's makes him not make good decisions. It's not a good combination. And they said, yes, that's the case in almost many drug addicts with ADHD. And they wouldn't fix it, right? And so I got pretty upset with him because he got out and he had a pill bottle that he got the day he got out. They had never given him any pills the entire time he was there for this thing. So I agree that it's a bad problem and a wrong problem, but I also agree it's not entirely his fault because he's got a chemical imbalance that nobody is addressing. and never has. He's had this since he was a young child. They've addressed his Tourette's, but they've never addressed the ADHD. And I didn't know until I spoke to a doctor a week ago, or a couple of weeks ago, before he went into the rehab, and the doctor said, they said, so he's got he said he's got ADHD, and I said, yeah, and he says, does he have a problem with drugs? And I said, yeah, and he goes, why isn't he on Ritalin? And I go, what do you mean? He says, that's what Ritalin is for. And if he was speaking apparently from personal experience, so we tried to get him on Ritalin. They wouldn't do that because it's a substance itself, and they said that he could be abusing that substance. So we tried to get him on a secondary substance that's non-abusive. We had fought for weeks, months, and we can't. We finally got him a prescription just as he's now out and back in trouble. So I only beg that we don't want him on drugs, right? But we understand that maybe there's some underlying compassionate issues, right? And I mean, I'd like to beat this on the end, but that doesn't work.
And it pains me because I think that as a father and as a mother, due to love, a lot of times, and I don't know necessarily you, but people tend to kind of shut their eyes and become naive to the fact that
This is the most important moment in the entire hearing. Custody plus an expedited clinical evaluation isn't cruelty, it's leverage. The judge is using the only tool left to force honesty, structure, and accountability before things get irreversible. And notice the offer: treatment paid for, records reviewed, multiple paths forward, but only if he engages. So here's the real question. Is this court enabling, or is this the last off-ramp before permanent consequences?
they're using, and I'm not talking about marijuana. I'm talking about cocaine. I'm talking about meth.
Be careless. He's got a license for marijuana.
So regardless,
Any heavy drugs, cocaine, or anything that's going to cause him a lifelong problem, no. I want him off of that stuff. But he's been in rehab 3 or 4 times. That doesn't really work. So I don't know what does work.
you gotta want it. One of the main things is you gotta want it. But be that as it may, he's trying to fool us, and it's unacceptable. And there has to be accountability for it. I can't just let him go when you're using a Wizinator to try to fool us. It's unacceptable, and there has to be accountability. And the problem is that I think that what we need to do now is have him evaluated by our clinicians to see how we go forward. Okay. So what I'd like to do is, while he's in custody now, I can have it done in a very expedited manner. I can have it done within, today's Tuesday? We can hopefully have a report back by Friday to see, at the latest Monday, to see how we go forward. Our clinicians can talk to him, and if he's honest, figure a way to go about doing this. And I'm going to tell you now, while I have him here, I can pay everything for you, so you don't have to pay for a dime. If you're on the outside, though, I can't pay for it.
We can forward you doctor's records and things like that.
My only concern and the only thing I want now is our clinicians to be able to speak to him to see where we go forward. Mr. Terrell, I'm going to have you what's called TRAS to see, it's an evaluation to see where we go from here. If we get this TRAS back and it tells me that your little bunny's jumping in the woods and that there's no problems, then I know that you weren't honest, and I'm going to make you go do it right back again. And we're going to continue to do it until you're honest. But, you can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. You can't be like this forever. At some point, you're going to be a habitual, and you're looking at 25 to life.
Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience, but
you don't have to. And I'm really, truly sorry.
He did man up and come in. He wasn't going to. We had to fight with him and beg with him. He didn't
to come in.
He didn't want
to. Of course. No one wants to go to jail.
And because I said, he's not going to put you in jail. He goes, yes, he will. And I said, no, he has a heart. He's not going to put you in jail. He knows that you have a problem. The problem is the issue, stopping the thing that's causing this is the issue.
Your last name, Mr. Terrell?
Yes.
We've tried that. I gave him to you.
But he didn't, we tried it, but like I said, the underlying cause, which we've only just recently found, or
They
found that
never
it made
treated
that they've
the
never treated.
symptoms.
I understand.
And
I
so here
understand.
he's untreated and still being treated like it's a normal case, and it's not really.
I tried. I've given him back to you guys. I've asked him repeatedly to stay sober and not use, and he continues to do so. No matter how many times I give him to you,
That's being caused by something.
it's going to continue, and you have to realize it. And if you think that just him saying, okay, I'm gonna stop, or the Ritalin is gonna make it stop,
It has for many people.
it may have. And yes, it may have.
So how long are you putting him in for?
I don't know. For now, I would like to have him TRAS to see where they go. My feeling is that they're probably going to say that he needs inpatient rehab,
Which he's already been to.
not in the jail.
Yes, he has. You sentenced him to that last year. WIMAC.
I don't have, we didn't put him in WIMAC. Did we do WIMAC with him?
But they never actually treated the symptoms either.
So we have other, if WIMAC didn't work, we have other facilities that we can go to. And we've got at least 3 to 4 different facilities, and we can continue to put them into each facility until it takes.
He has this felony case that this case is associated with this next week. Yeah. Of which
So
we're
will they
hoping,
release-
we're hoping it's thrown out of court.
We have also facilities as well to help treat as well. We both do, and we both have facilities. They have more resources than we do because there are more serious cases up there, so they have quite a bit of more resources.
It does look like he went to WIMAC, but that's mainly to address like this criminal attitudes and thinking. Now,
It was for drugs, because he was on probation for drugs. That's why he was.
No. What she's saying is that
the program that he went to was supposed to address like this thinking, attitudes, and things. So now we're gonna assess him now that we know that he has mental health issues and as well as substance use problems. So,
His went last time because of substance abuse, that was what it was for.
no, but she's saying no.
She said no, but this time.
Okay.
Well, I think, Judge, they might be referring to the deferred was adjudicated based off of drug violations. He tested positive for many times for drugs. That's why his guilt was adjudicated in that case in this court. I think that may be what they're referring to.
Yeah, it was because he was on probation for drugs. And they actually, put him in there, and then, when he came, he couldn't even get his lawyer when he came to court. He got a court-appointed lawyer when he had a lawyer who was paid for. Twice. And it was very frustrating to us that he doesn't seem to be getting fair treatment. It seems like he's being held as an example and be given as an example and not being given fair treatment. And
How is he not being given fair treatment?
well,
Tell me.
I just really wanted, my wife is not going to be happy if I.
Well, no, but it seems like you're blaming me for the situation,
No, sir. What we're trying to say that he never got an assessment for the mental issue.
And they were told over and over again. I wrote
They.
the court officials, the probation officers, everyone was told that he had these issues and problems. They did nothing about it. Okay, his attorney brought paperwork to the court, Mike Monk.
Yeah, just we gave him the paperwork with all the.
Nobody did anything about it.
it.
So we keep
So-
going, you guys keep blaming this stuff, but you just keep holding them up as an example and punishing them, and then we never try to find out what's the problem here.
Put people in jail when they violate conditions, when they do something against the law. We don't willy-nilly put people in jail for S and giggles. We don't do that here.
So why is
If
there?
someone has a true problem, then we give them the opportunity to try to do things on their own. When it becomes evident that they're unable to, that's when we try to step in. I don't do this out of hate.
Outside of, he, we know that he has a problem, but outside of that, like he has a felony charge, they aren't giving these bond requirements. And this misdemeanor court is giving these bond requirements, when the felony court is not. So,
Can't tell you what the felony court, me, I want to make sure that he's not using alcohol or drugs.
it has nothing to do with this case.
How do you know that?
Judge, there are facts in this case that do indicate that there were crack pipes recovered from the defendant. And that's most likely why.
How do you know that he's charged with a felony assault? He's charged with interference with emergency request for assistance. How do you know that the drugs and alcohol that are using did not impact this?
Because he was sound asleep. Right, and she stuck a machete through his TV.
Not the
She,
case.
okay, I know, we're not supposed to
I mean,
talk about it. I apologize.
look.
It just feels very wrong.
I know that you see through the eyes of a loving father, and I'm not going to fault you for that. I get it, and I understand that, and I'm sorry. I really am. But I think that the best thing for him now is in a facility that he doesn't have access to drugs or alcohol. And I'm trying to do my best to keep him clean and sober. He tried to fool us now by using a Wizinator.
This is why he didn't want to come in here. He would rather be run, I mean, that's why he didn't want to come back.
Okay, and you can't run forever, Mr. Terrell.
I know, I tell, but.
So it's better to man up and get it done now than to run forever and do some irreparable damage by taking something that you kill yourself, right? Because that's invariably what's going to happen. The dope that you're using, you're going to kill yourself. He can barely open his eyes, man. This
Boy, I'm listening to everything you're saying, sir.
you're so high right now, you can barely open your eyes.
I'm not high at all, actually, I'm
So-
sober. So, I mean, you can,
Ian.
at this point, I'm already in handcuffs, so it really doesn't fucking matter what I say.
No, he's not. I know, we've been with him for
Is,
2 days.
and I'm going to ask you, just bear with me. I'm trying to do the best I can to keep him clean and sober so he doesn't pick up new cases.
You haven't revoked his bond, is what he's asking.
Yes, I'm revoking his bond. I'm setting it at 20,004 right now. But if you bond him out, that's your choice. But I'm going to continue with the same things that I'm doing. And I'm now going to have him come twice a week to test with me. And the next time he tests positive, and I don't care what it is, the bond is going to end up even higher than it is. And at some point, we're going to address the issue.
Trying to teach
But
him.
I'm not going to continue to let you use drugs while you're out there in the free world. That's it. Huh? Yeah. Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to evaluate to see which one is the best one. They have mental health caseloads. They have the first thing that needs to happen is we have to have him evaluated, speak to a clinician. They can tell us which the best path to go forward. They may say he needs intensive outpatient treatment. They may say he needs SATF, which is an inpatient facility. I don't know until we have him evaluated. But understand, I like your son. I want the best for him. I really, truly, and he doesn't get it.
No, because we watch on TikTok him being in front of your court, and we're going, what the heck is that doing on TikTok,
I live stream all our proceedings, and that's what we do. So it adds transparency. So
I'm gonna have to excuse myself.
Please go.
I'm
You're not making it.
I'm not helping, I know.
look, you're not making us mad, and I understand how you feel, and I get the loving father. I would be in the same position as you, but I want to keep him clean and sober. That's the bottom line. I've tried to do it the other way. It's not happening, and he's fooling us. So the only recourse I have is this. So if we can set it to you as ASAP, hopefully we can have the report back by Friday, at the latest Monday. They will tell us which is the correct course to go, and then we can all sit and talk and decide what to do. At the end of the day, if you want me to just do nothing and
I'd rather you help him.
if you want me to let him go and just
Yeah.
fend for himself, then it's on you. But know this, is that what you guys are doing now, it's not working. He's slowly killing himself, as evidenced by his demeanor, the way he looks. He's killing himself slowly. And before long, he's going to really deteriorate. I've seen it happen all too much. All right.
And Judge, before we end this conversation with this defendant, I've spoken at pretrial about the records that they have about the defendant and what he did today. I'd like to obtain those records and get those provided to defense counsel as well, and provide that to felony. They are willing to provide that to me upon your oral consent to that. Okay? Pretrial, do you hear that? Okay, great. Thank you, Judge.
So get him in more trouble.
No one's in more trouble. I mean, do you not see what I'm trying to do? If we wanted to put him in more trouble, we charge him with additional offenses.
Isn't that what he's trying to do?
No, no. No one is, we're not here to punish and enslave and to kill. We're here to help. And sometimes that may require this. Out there, it's not working.
Do I have your word that it's not going to come back?
No, I don't make the charging decisions. I'm not going to give you any kind of word. I'm going to give you my word that I'm going to try to help him as much as I can. But I need your help with that as well. I need your help with that as well. Look, I don't want to have any discussions until with the case, with anything as well. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. Just about giving the records to Mr. Haddad. Hold on a second. Until he talks to his lawyer, we shouldn't talk about the case at all. My only concern now is being clean and sober. That's my only concern at this point. Okay? So we're going to take him back. We'll have him TRAS as soon as possible. We can set it for Friday. Hopefully we can have the records back by then as far as what the thing is. And we'll go from there. Okay?
And Judge,
Yasha.
yeah, when can I come back to follow up on this matter? Can I come back tomorrow?
When can we have him TRAS?
Monday, because he has to be processed today. So, I
Wait.
can see if somebody can come as a holdover.
What day you say?
I'm just trying to keep this stuff out of evidence, so.
And so let's say we take him in now, he gets processed today, he's in POP tomorrow.
Not talking from.
If it doesn't get brought back to court tomorrow, then yes, we'll stay there. Let's do Tuesday, just to be safe and have the report.
Next Tuesday.
If it's back sooner,
Oh, you mean for the report to be back? Oh, okay, but I'm talking the actual evaluation. When do you think? Maybe Wednesday? Friday.
because it has to be processed. I don't know how long it's gonna take.
Private
to
issue.
process.
Okay, all right, okay. I'm gonna try to have him evaluated as quick as possible. Hopefully we can have it done by Friday and the report back by Monday or Tuesday, okay? I'm gonna put him back now. So Yasha, if you'd like, we'll have you call the holdover so you can talk to Mr. Terrell now. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Judge, I confirm whatever Mr. Terrell just said, about the fact that he needs help. He needs to use his medication. I believe that if he does start using the medication, it will help his situation. I don't think jail time or incarceration is the solution. I really think that he needs help with his medication and some sort of rehab to get out of the situation he is in right now. I am actively working on both cases, the misdemeanor and the felony. I have provided some evidence to the felony prosecutors about the situation, and I'll keep checking back with them. If I have to go every day, I will.
Okay, and I trust that you will, Yasha, but unfortunately, due to him bringing a Wizinator into the drug testing room to try to, fool us, it's unacceptable, and I'm going to revoke his bond because of it. We're going to keep him. We'll try to have him, TRAS as quick as possible to see how we go forward.
Yes, and let's get him TRAS, and then I will look at the report, and I will discuss it with him and his family, okay?
Look, at a minimum, the TRAS will tell us which way they believe is the best course of action. I will leave it to you guys to decide whether you want to do it or not. If you don't want to do it, if you just want to, let him out and fend for himself, it's up to you guys. I will offer my services to you for free. If you want it, it's available to you. If you don't want it, then it's on you guys. Okay?
You need to write bills.
Let's not talk about everything now. Let's just,
Judge, did you say
well,
what?
hold on.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
no, what,
Yes, Judge.
is going on everything? Is it, why do you want all that?
So, I mean, Judge, that's,
To further charge?
I mean, I'm not gonna personally charge Judge, but I think that the state has a right to know about this if he's violating bond conditions for our purposes. I don't know what it's gonna be used for yet, but I think that the state and defense have a right to have this information, Judge.
No. No. I know. I don't want, because I don't want to add further fuel to the fire and damage. I don't think it's fair. I don't,
How is that not, Judge? He's violating your conditions and.
and he's going in there now.
I understand, but you don't think that the state has a right to this information?
I don't know. Let me look into it. I'll get back to you on
Yes,
it.
Judge. And
I'll
I
get
don't
back
want
to
to
you.
disrespect the court. I defer to your judgment.
I understand.
I believe that.
Let me talk about it, and then I'll get back to you
Yes, Judge.
tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it.
You file a written motion.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, do you want me to stop by tomorrow?
Yes, stop by and we'll talk about it as well, okay?
Okay. And I will contact,
father and grandmother at the time, and they were working to try to put him in CPS custody. Now that he's adult, his mother and a family friend that he works for is here. Allison Matthews was on this case before. She texted me over the weekend, once he got picked up, asking me if I could take over. I don't believe he's competent. Mother is concerned because he's in general population. He's been with her, and he works for that gentleman back there. If we could get him out on a PR bond and not have him in custody to do the competency exam. And we do release instructions where he's picked up by her tomorrow at another time.
If I bring him out, can we talk to him or no?
You can talk to him, but he's going to be talking about things that are not relevant. You know.
How old is he, Lori?
He's 20. He'll be 21 December 1st.
What's he been doing with his life?
What he's been doing since he just started living with me.
Is it recent? Has it always been like this? Was there a catastrophic event that,
From his father and his grandmother. Yes, sir.
what happened?
I'm not his
Has
father.
he already always had mental health issues is what?
Not sure his father gave him some drugs, like some.
Father gave him drugs?
Yes, it was involving fluid, yes, and it messed him up, like.
Did he give him?
Embalming fluid.
Is that,
PCP.
right, where you dip a cigarette and then smoke?
Mhm.
Yeah, he used to play sports, he used to play football, and just.
That's so sad. Where's dad now?
In prison.
Good. At least now we know that son's protected, although problem is he did the damage while he was out.
Yeah.
How long is he gonna be in?
He's supposed to be getting out sometime, I guess, I don't even know, sometime this year I know of.
Because, if I let him out, I had serious concerns about him having contact with dad. I don't want him to have
No, he
contact.
don't want to have contact with his father. I don't talk about it on his father, but he knows what his father did, like, you don't. He stays with me now,
Where was he before?
with his dad and his grandmother. They always wanted to put him in a psych ward.
Should we have him evaluated by a doctor here to see what the proper, Lori, should we have him evaluated by a doctor to see what the proper care is?
I am getting him evaluated for competency. That's what the plan is to do. The mother has a concern of him waiting in jail to do that. And they don't have the money to afford the $15,000 bonds. And so they asked me to see if they could get them reduced.
Problem is that you have to understand, You let him out, he doesn't show up to court. He just doesn't.
Yes, sir. Now that I'm informed of it, he will be in court. He will go and take his mental evaluations, his whatever it is he has to do. I'll make sure he gets it done.
Good morning, Mr. Swearingen.
Good morning.
How's jail?
It's jumpy.
Yeah. It's not a fun place, right? Your mom wants me to let you out, but when I let you out, you never come back. The problem I have is that I would love to let you out, but I know if I let you out, I'm not going to see you again until we arrest you. And that's a problem.
Sir, have a seat. Have a seat, please.
What are you going to do with your life, Mr. Swearingen? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do in life? Do you want to do anything? Talk to me. It's okay. I want to help you. I don't want to keep you in jail. I want to let you out. But I have to know that I can trust you and that you're not going to be a danger to anyone. Can you help us with that? If he's housed in General Pop now, is it possible to move him to a different location?
They make the assessment, I believe, in the jail. I can make a request to our social services.
I can do a court order and we can do whatever we want. If
You can do the court order, you could probably ask for it to be placed in the MSU housing. The only thing is, before they do that, he'll have to be reevaluated by the doctors there in the jail. Then, at that point, if they find that it's viable, then they will put him there. Matter of fact, let me see.
I mean, Lori, we can kill two birds with one stone here.
Yeah, he's on the 5th floor. He's not on that floor. He would have to be on the second floor.
Is that the MHMRA
That's
floor?
one, yeah, that's half of that floor is for that.
I don't know. What do you think? Problem is that this has happened already 4 or 5 times now, where we've let him out and he doesn't show up. You know, what?
Well, the last time he was let out, I couldn't find him for 47 days because I was calling the jail and the jail told me that he was incarcerated and he had a court date, but the whole time he wasn't even here. He was sitting on the bench for like 3 days waiting on me to pick him up. He didn't have no phone number. He couldn't find his way home. So
I'm happy that you're here, though. It helps a lot because, I mean, if you weren't here, you being here shows me that you care, and I want to help you and I want to work with you, right?
I mean, whatever stipulation, whatever I have to do to make sure he's home and like I'll get everything in my medication, whatever. I just worry about him being in here.
If I let him out, is he going to listen to you? That's one of my main concerns. Yeah, I can let him out, but is he going to listen to you? If I let you out, are you going to listen to mom?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What happens if you don't listen to mom?
No court.
Back to jail. I'm not going to play this game with you again, Mrs. Swearingen, if I let you out. The only reason is for you to stay with mom. You live with mom and you say yes to her rules. It doesn't matter if it makes you mad. You listen to mom. Because if you don't, I will put you back in jail and I'm not going to do this again. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm not asking for much. All I want you to do is just behave. Be nice. It's not hard. If you get upset, find another release. Don't beat someone up. Don't threaten. Go outside and run. Go play basketball. Beat up a tree. But not a person. And be nice to them. Lori, I'd like to have him tested, and I want to give him a curfew because I don't want him out in the middle of the night.
Okay.
What do you think about a monitor, yay or nay? We need more,
Mom says fine. An electronic monitor.
so that we know where he is.
Yes, sir.
He will get it prior to release, so that we know it gets on. He's gonna have a curfew of 9 or 10, whatever you think is appropriate. He must attend all doctor's appointments and take any prescribed medication from a doctor, and he's gotta stay with you and no weapons. And the only reason is because you're here. And I'll tell you now, I'm not gonna do this again. I will not do this again. If you leave, if you start using alcohol or drugs, you do something you're not supposed to, I will put you back in jail, and I'm not gonna do this again. Do you understand, Mr. Swearingen? Okay. Look, life is not hard, okay? Just a couple basic rules, and if you can follow them, everyone's happy, including us.
Yes, sir.
If you ever have any issues, Lori can always help you out, and she can get a hold of me, and anything can happen. We can make anything happen, all right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
You seem like you're doing great. You're doing great. Just keep it up. Are you taking any medication now?
I take medicine for pain.
Good. Keep taking it. It's working. Don't stop. That's something else that I want you to do. I want you to keep taking the medication, okay? Okay, Mom. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right. You got it. If you're using any opiates, anything that you're not supposed to, it's not going to go well between us. Do you understand?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
How come you have not seen any other licensed psychiatrist other than the cannabis people?
I actually have. I was prescribed alprazolam for 6 years, but it actually caused me to have like seizures if I like missed it like a couple hours late and stuff like
You're
that.
not supposed to stop taking it.
I'm not saying like not. I'm saying like if I slept in, like I could actually wake up at like 8 o'clock in the morning and have seizures because it's delirium tremors is what they call it.
Side effects of when you take hardcore, powerful narcotics like these, you can't just stop taking it. You can't just, when you stop, they wean you off. And when you don't take it as regularly prescribed, there are serious side effects. One of those being, convulsions, all types of side effects, including seizing, right? So it's not because you're taking the Xanax, it's because you didn't take it when you're supposed to. So don't blame the Xanax for causing you to seize. It's the fact that you didn't take it that caused you to seize. Why not? Why stop? So you're not taking the alprazolam anymore?
No, I still take the Valium, but only for emergencies for seizures. It's not even for the PTSD anymore because
Emergency seizures?
No, emergency seizures.
He has epilepsy, Judge.
Yeah, I have epilepsy, sir. That's another reason why they were giving me the Xanax too. But but they were saying that it was actually making it worse. They called them delirium tremors, similar to like withdrawal from alcohol. The benzos do the same.
Intramensic?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
So that yes, so they're saying that it was helping, but if I
the other thing is I can't imagine that if you have one doctor prescribing all this other stuff, that doctor is going to continue to let you take all this, knowing full well that you're also using marijuana from another doctor, because they're contradictory and you can't do that.
So I wasn't taking them at the same time.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I had stopped the Xanax actually when I was when I went to jail for that state jail time, and whenever I got out, I was on like different medications in here and stuff like that. I just didn't want to go back on the same narcotic while I'm trying to stay sober, sir. So I mean, I know marijuana is not much better, but I just felt like it was better off taking something that wasn't physically addicting versus what the doctor's opinions and stuff.
Though it can be as well. I mean, look, I'm sending you for a drug test now.
Yes, sir.
We need a complete list of everything that you're legally prescribed to take, because I want to know what you're allowed to take, and that's it.
Yes, sir.
Because I also need to know what's going to show up in the blood test and what's not supposed to show up in there.
Yes, sir.
But don't use anything that you're not prescribed to take.
Yes, sir.
And for sure, you best not get into a car.
Yes, sir.
I will absolutely lose it if you get into a car. Do you understand, Mr. Jones?
Absolutely,
I
yes,
don't
sir.
know how much more plain and clear that I can make this to you. Don't get into a car.
Thank you, Judge.
Hold on. I need to make sure that if he's signed an affidavit that he's not gonna drive. He does. Okay.
I believe so.
I will set you off for a week, and then, before he leaves today, I'd like a complete list of what he's got prescriptions for to take as far as any kind of narcotics, and so we can see it, all right?
Could you provide that
I
list?
wanna know,
If not, you do that too.
No,
if it's needed for a drug test now.
Yes, sir.
Thing on what that should.
Before that, that's about it.
You tell me you make $2,000 a month.
Just landscaping, that's all. And most of that go to my daughter.
You pay child support. So what are you talking about? Most of it goes to your daughter.
Order in the court.
Paying for her clothes, she going, paying for food throughout the day and the week. That's about it.
Who has custody of your daughter? Okay, are y'all not together?
No, sir.
And how many kids you got?
Just one.
You didn't put any of that on here. You put here that you have $2,000 is for one salary, and then you have an additional income of $2,000. That's $4,000 a month.
Wow.
Sorry? You didn't put that you have a child. You put down that you have total expenses of $140 a month. So you make $4,000 a month, and you have expenses of $140 a month. So
$500 a week.
it says here, other income, $2,000. What's that?
That's the total. What you mean?
Okay. How much money do you give to your child?
Truth be told, I spend almost $200-400 a week on
Good.
this appliances.
The child needs it. So kids need money. Just if you don't stop working, they still need food, they still need clothes, so you have to continue to work. And then when you play big boy games, like having a child, there's big boy expenses that come with having a child. The problem is, Mr. Roberts Clay, you can't be doing landscaping for the rest of your life. So
It was just for now until the time being out actually coming to actually put out. I had a recruiter for the Army come to take me, and I hit him up and stuff like that.
that's great.
I was just wondering if you would let me do that first. But I was trying to actually go do my driver's license so I can drive 18 wheelers. My auntie got a business, a truck driving business.
Do you have a driver's license now? You can't drive unless you have a license. You have to go get
Can I
your
get my
license.
dog like
Of course you can. I told you that you can't drive because you don't have a license. You need to go get a license. Shh. So you need to go to DPS. There's one on South Gessner. So go there, tell them that I want to apply for my license. You'll have to first take a written test, then you take a driving test, and once you do both of those things, if you do get your license, then I will let you drive. But not until you have a license, and you have to have car insurance as well. No driving until you have car insurance. All right, I'll appoint your lawyer today, Mr. Roberts Clay. But you know what? The Army, that's a really great idea, because the Army is a really great idea, because that might give you, I'm telling you, because if you go to the Army, number one,
I'm trying to get my GD. They told me they're not set until November, so.
right,
So they already gave me the scheduled date for Friday to go and talk to them, though they can tell me when to start.
okay,
So I got it ready to prove.
gentlemen,
Should be one page where it says I submit the application.
I don't know, what is this?
I went over there, they told me they can help me with my GD, and so they told me to submit application, that they was gonna help me with it.
Okay, so you submitted this about 6 days ago.
Because I tried to do it online, but I don't know if it was gonna be valid or not, so I told my sister, because my sister had one that got his GD over there too. So I told her, so she sent me over there. So I applied for it.
Okay, so you applied, and what's next?
I mean, or they already text me to go on Friday to talk to them so they can tell me when to start. Because they had told me they wasn't accepting people right now, so they put me on the waiting list.
So you're on a waiting list. So why not go somewhere else then?
Because I tried to do it online, but I don't know if it was going to be valid or not. So
Sure, you can do it online. Of course you can do it online. Yes. But, I mean, if you get on a waiting list, you're gonna wait, nothing happens, and then you're gonna achieve nothing. No. When you face one roadblock, you turn 90 degrees, you go and find another place. There's a gajillion other places. You need to start looking elsewhere. If they're booked up, you go to the next one. That's what you need to do. And I'm okay if you do it online as well, as long as you start doing it and make a really good effort. But you need to get your high school diploma.
I'm trying to get it too, because I'm trying to get a B certificate for mechanic, because I've been learning mechanic too. So I'm trying to get a certificate for the mechanic so I can go work on it.
You need a trade, like a skill. What I would say is maybe like welding, a pipe fitter, something like that where you can really make a lot of money. If you're a really good welder, you can make $20, $30 an hour. You can really, really just rake it in. But you have to have your high school diploma as a start. So I don't see anything that's happened, Brock. I see that he's gotten on a wait list, but then nothing else. So that's not acceptable. You need to start going and find a different place. So Google how to get my GED, and that's where you got to start. Okay, I'm sending you off 2 weeks. I want you to come back and show me what you've done. Okay, don't just go to one place and say, oh, there's nothing, sorry. No. What else have you been doing?
I've been learning mechanic too. I've been learning mechanic.
You're learning mechanic.
Yeah, as you can see in my hair.
Okay. What does that mean, you're learning mechanic?
They show me mechanic like how to do oil change, brakes, engine swaps.
So you're working somewhere?
Yeah.
Where?
Texas car store. They have me over there to do oil change, quick stuff.
Right? Were you working full time?
Yes.
How many hours a week are you working?
Huh?
How many hours a week?
I haven't counted the hours a week because sometimes I go in early, sometimes I leave early, or sometimes I leave late. I don't have a
normal schedule.
It's supposed to be a 9 to 5, but sometimes I'll go in like a 10, sometimes I leave at 4, 3, sometimes.
Yeah. When you're young, is you work your butt off now. Don't do stuff half-assed way because you get a half-assed result. When you work, you put your heart and you put your soul into it. That way, when people see that you have that kind of work ethic, they treat you better. They give you better positions. They give you more hours. That's why you really work hard. Not just, oh, I'm going to work 4 hours today. I'm going to work 2 hours here. No. You get up at the crack of dawn, you go, you work hard, and you show them that you mean business. That's the only way that you're going to make it in this life. 2 weeks, I want to see what you've done for your GED. You understand? You have to be signed up for GED classes by the next time you come here.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Brock.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bringing him back in 2 weeks, and he has to be signed up for GED classes by the next setting. Otherwise,
yes, Your Honor.
It's not going to go well. Have to be signed up for GED classes. It can be online. I'm okay with that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But you must be signed up by the next time.
Yes, sir.
No.
2 weeks, how's that, November 4th?
You hear that?
Let me check my calendar, Your Honor. Hold on just a second. I heard November 4th.
Any day close to. I don't care, Brock, whatever you want. If it's a couple days more, that's fine, you know?
Yeah, November 4th or 5th, either one is fine. I mean, I could do Zoom if I have to. I'm out of county, but I could do Zoom if I have to.
Okay, November 4th.
No problem. All right, thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
See you in 2 weeks.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
He tested positive, Your Honor.
I don't, I mean, one time in there wasn't enough? Apparently not. You're still testing positive for marijuana. Where do we go from here?
Okay, tell me one more. What happened?
It's just tough, man.
But it wasn't me. Can I tell you?
Secondhand smoking.
Yeah, secondhand smoke.
Yeah,
I think I believe that.
They don't want to hear it.
I
They don't want to
understand.
hear
I understand this. I understand it.
So, just
When was the last couple times, before the last 2 days, when was the last, guys, when was the last time Mr. Cabrera tested?
The last time I tested was July 30th,
It never even stopped. And we took him into custody when? When did we take Cabrera in? I reinstated his bond July 10th. I let you out of jail July 10th. And you promised me that you would stop smoking July 10th. We are now in October and you still have a positive test.
Can I tell you something, sir?
don't tell them that stuff about secondhand smoking.
I'm not gonna believe it. I understand that.
Try to tell me it's secondhand smoke. I don't believe it.
I understand that, sir. I understand it.
Why is it? Why are you continuing to test positive?
Because you know how it's to go to school, right? And then all the restrooms are all full of hot box smoke. And I already went to talk to my teachers about that. If I could like go to a specific restroom by myself, but they can't let me. So all the restrooms be hot box, and I just be like, instead like if going to another restroom, I can't go anywhere because all the restrooms like upstairs, downstairs are full of smoke, and you can't do anything about it.
So every single restroom in your high school smells like pot smoke, so you can't go to the bathroom without now testing positive for marijuana? Really?
Paranax school, is it true that they have the problem with that school? San Marino is the most like ghetto school in Pasadena. That is just
You don't go to the bathroom.
It's all right. I won't go no more.
No, it's too late now.
I understand that.
Mr. Reyes, I don't understand. I mean, where do we go?
It's tough, Judge. It is. Well, when are you supposed to graduate?
This year, that's why I was planning on still going to school.
October, when in December?
May.
Oh, you still have.
Yeah, I still
until
got
next year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're trying to get him into PTI, Your Honor. I'm sure it's gonna take about 30 days to do all the paperwork for PTI. He blew a
He
10.
can't even stay positive
That's
while he's
what
on bond. How in the hell is he gonna make a probation?
Yeah, I got you.
I'll show you the.
Your promises mean nothing.
I understand. That would just be quite so.
You can bring him back in 30 days and test him again, Your Honor.
When is the last time you smoked weed?
Just tell him the truth.
The last time, I'm not gonna lie, it was a month ago, like a month ago. I'm not lying. That was the last time. That's what I'm telling you. You give me 2 more weeks, I'll promise I'll be clean because it's literally getting out of my system. I'm not lying, sir. I'll give you my word on my mom. I have a baby in the way. That's what I'm trying to push forward.
Bet.
Yes, sir.
2 weeks, Mr. Cabrera.
I'll give you
You
my
were going
word.
to come here in exactly 14 days.
Yes, sir.
Take another test. If you test
you think you
positive
can-
again,
I'll put this negative, sir. I'll give you my word because I have a baby on my way. You guys, my mom.
November 5th, you will
Yes, sir.
come right back here. You will take another test on November 5th.
Got it, sir.
And if you test positive again,
You think he's gonna test, it's still gonna be in his system in 2 weeks?
Oh, mom. Oh, can I tell you something?
he told me just now, I asked him to be,
It's been a month ago, so it's gonna go because it's been
Okay,
my
all
sister.
right, okay.
Because
2
the guy
weeks
showed
will
me
be
the thing.
45 days?
The negative line was starting to show, but he said that it was still positive for him, so that's fine.
Okay,
Yes, sir. I'll give you my word.
we'll do it.
see what your word is. If you test negative, I will send you on your way. If you test positive, we'll see.
I appreciate
2 weeks it is.
Thanks, Judge.
Hey, George.
it. Thanks a lot.
You get tested yesterday, came back for marijuana.
Yep. Come up, Mr. Osborne. Guys, what is all the times that we've had Mr. Osborne tested, times that he's been positive, times that he's been negative? How many times have we tested Mr. Osborne, please? It's nearly 400 days old, and he's continuing to smoke weed. I mean,
This is the first time he's actually been tested, to my knowledge.
I don't think that's right. I think that we've tested him before.
I understand he tested positive, Judge. My only concern is he is trying to get a degree, and I mean, obviously, through his own doing, he's missed a lot of days of school, but I'm concerned that he's not.
Since December 21st of 23, he has had a dismissal offer where he's had to do 12 hours of community service, one class, and he gets his case dismissed. Now, a year later, we are still here, and he's testing positive for marijuana.
Only number I had for him was his mother's number, which is why he initially, and it got disconnected. I could not figure out how to contact him, which is why I had the PTI offer, but I couldn't reach him to give him the
It's not your fault, Mr. Schofield, and I'm not going to let you fall on the sword for him. But you're still smoking.
Only one judge,
Just the one today?
Yes.
We've never tested him before?
and we have a record now.
Where are we going?
He signed the PTI yesterday, so he's just got to get his community service and his anger management done.
What kind of anger management class are we talking?
Our anger management class, and he has 12 hours of community service.
You have 3 weeks to get everything done. If you don't have everything done in 3 weeks, you will get an immediate trial setting and this offer goes away. Do you understand, Mr. Osborne?
Yes, sir.
And the next time you test positive, I'm going to light you up. No more weed. How old are you?
18.
No more weed. Do you understand?
Sir.
You will get tested again. And if I find that you're continuing to smoke weed, into jail you will go. You have 3 weeks to get this thing done. That's it.
Yes, sir.